A flamingo is bird-napped from the Flamingo Las Vegas. The airplane is on fire, but people stop to save their underpants. We're rooting for Heinz's nifty new condiment machine. I almost said condom. That would be interesting if Heinz had a condom machine.
Dear.
Kate Hudson is the voice of the 2028 Olympics. Metallica is breaking all kinds of records at the Sphere here in Las Vegas. And I'll do a live on-air potato chip taste test, Kristin. Hey, this is must-see, hard-hitting, breaking news this week on the Swish Edition.
Swish Edition, tune in for a listen. Travels, movies, and celebrities with Scott and Kristin. Swish Edition, it's where we all go. From pop culture silliness from coast to coast. It's where we belong. SwishEdition.com. SwishEdition.com.
Hi, Kristin.
Hi, Scott.
It is March 11th, and we're back for another episode of the Swish Edition. So excited. I just had to put on my Swish Edition t-shirt.
Aw.
So everyone would know what show they were watching.
If they
you're-
are watching.
Yeah, if you're listening, like most of you are, 99.9% of you are, then I'm wearing a blue shirt with a white Swish Edition logo. And I look about 26 years old. Kristin, we have to start with this. There was no option not to start with this story this week because I'm calling it the Douche of the Week Award. And it's going to this guy. His name is Mitchell Fairbairn. And man, is he in deep shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm especially worked up about this, Kristin, because as you may or may not know, the flamingo is the official bird of the Swish Edition. We've used it in our logos over the years. There's a huge flamingo painting right above my head, which I think is out of the shot that you can't see.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, last week at the famed Flamingo Las Vegas on the Strip here in Washington, where do I live? Las Vegas. A flamingo was bird-napped from their habitat. The birds have their own habitat in the back of the hotel by a drunken Canadian tourist. Now, maybe this sounds funny to some people, except several of the birds were hurt in this endeavor. The Chilean flamingo named Peachy was taken from the resort's 4-acre wildlife habitat by a disgusting drunk guy. He allegedly, we have to say, even though we have video proof of it, took the bird through the hotel, up the elevator to his room where he took pictures with it, selfies, and he also tortured it. The 33-year-old, thankfully, was arrested and charged with 4 felony counts of animal abuse. The poor bird, Peachy, is recovering now under veterinarian care. He broke the damn bird's wing. According to Fox News, when he was interviewed by officers, Fairbairn said that he was drinking a lot, and claimed he was attempting to help the flamingo, telling police he believed the bird's wing was injured and that he was trying to pop it back into place.
Oh,
Point out the man is not a veterinarian or a flamingo expert. Peachy's wing was indeed injured, if not broken. I don't know if Peachy's a girl or a boy flamingo. I'll tell you that. But he is being attended. He's expected to make a full recovery. Although I can imagine, Kristin, that the damn bird is traumatized over this. I have a picture here if you want to see it. His hearing, he had a hearing yesterday or on Monday, March 9th, and he didn't show up. But they took his passport away, so he couldn't get home to Canada. So he's been told by the judge that he needs to stay in Las Vegas until his next hearing in May. So it's going to cost him a pretty penny. I assume he has a job. I assume he has a family to get back to. And now he's stuck here in the United States for 2 months waiting for his next his next
until he
trial date.
sorts through the consequences of his drunken actions.
Yeah.
So I'm with you, but I do think we have to climb down from the high horse just for a moment to acknowledge that these were not birds that were taken from nature where they belong. They were living inside of a hotel. Okay.
They
Now,
don't live inside. They live outside.
so I get that it's like an environment that was created for them, but it's
Okay.
I just
I
feel like
know.
you have to acknowledge that a little bit, that they
Sure.
are in a wildlife habitat, but they are not in the wild.
I
So
agree.
the hotel, I think, bears a little bit of the responsibility here, because what safeguards do they have in place that drunken people, there are a lot of them in Las Vegas, particularly at certain times of the day, I would imagine, can't just accost the animals that they are keeping, not by their own design or own intent, in their quote man-made habitat. Like,
Okay.
there's so much wrong with this.
I will agree with you about that. There should be, I assume now, there's definitely more security guards available out there to keep people from doing this kind of stupid thing. For one, yes, I agree. I have not ever been a fan of zoos or any kind of thing that takes animals out of their natural habitat and puts them on display for people to look at. I will agree with you on that. However, Peachy and Peachy's brothers and sisters cannot possibly return to the wild because they've been living at the Flamingo their
I'm
entire
not
lives.
suggesting
Yeah.
they should be freed. It's just like the
Yeah.
what's the hotel in the ducks at the is it the Drake Hotel that has ducks in the lobby and they swim around in a
It's
I mean, it's like
Nashville, and it's not the Drake, it's something else. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
like the Flamingo Las Vegas is profiting from keeping these animals not in their natural habitat. So it makes
Okay.
that part of it makes me angry. But this dude is a first class asshole for
Obviously.
breaking the wing of a flamingo. And
taking
I'm
it up
sure
to his room. It must have completely traumatized the poor animal.
I would have said, I'm sure he's very, very embarrassed and very sorry, but he doesn't seem like he's complying with anything. He doesn't seem like he's trying to help himself out if he's not shown up for a
Right.
court date.
Well, his
Maybe he
lawyer,
couldn't
his lawyer
afford
showed
an
up.
attorney, or
No, his
okay.
attorney showed up.
Okay.
Yes, but he didn't show up. Why? I'm sure that's just going to add to his charges.
Maybe he's
Maybe they shouldn't have let him out on
maybe
bail.
he's very troubled, and maybe he is
Kristin just wants to make excuses for these people.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, maybe he has deep substance abuse problems.
I'm sure
and he wasn't physically able to show up for his court date. That could be.
I'm not making any more excuses for this man. What he did.
I'm not making any excuses for him whatsoever.
You just did. You just did.
No, I'm saying perhaps he's not just a complete jerk and
Yes,
just
you're right.
and sat in his room saying, I'm not showing up for this shit.
You're
I'm
right.
getting out of here.
You're right. We don't know the whole story. And when I find out the whole story, I will be reporting back.
Okay. I'm sure you will, since you're thoroughly disgusted with it. And you're thoroughly disgusted with me and with the people in our next story, which of course has to do with bad behavior on airplanes, once again, because it's our favorite topic. This one I just don't get. So last week, Scott, a United Airlines 787 Dreamliner had to return back to the gate shortly after takeoff because they had an engine fire. An engine fire on a plane that hadn't taken off yet, which meant that it had.
They did take off. They had to return to the airport.
Sorry, that hadn't made it wasn't anyway. My point is, there's gallons and gallons and gallons of extremely flammable fuel in this plane.
Yes.
And what do people do when they're told to evacuate? They're grabbing their shit out of the overhead bins as they're leaving. First of all, I don't understand why they weren't fined, at least arrested for impeding the flow of people who were trying to survive an emergency situation. So there's cell phone video of it, which I saw, which shows passenger after passenger after passenger stopping in the aisle on their way to get out of the plane to get their shit out of the overhead bins. Like,
While the plane is on fire.
And then trying to jump down the floaty emergency slide thing with their suitcases and their backpacks and all that stuff. So it's good to note that all 256 passengers and 12 crew members all managed to get out unharmed. But can you just imagine that these people are doing this while the crew members are screaming at them, leave your stuff behind.
Leave everything. Yeah.
It is a rule. The FAA dictates that planes must be able to be fully evacuated in 90 seconds.
No matter how big they are.
Right. Hard to imagine that everyone stopping to get their shit out of the overhead bins doesn't impact that timeline. But the thing is, like, do you not understand that there's a billion gallons of jet fuel like below your ass and it could blow up at any second? Like, why do you care what's in your suitcase? I also have a theory that if one person does it, that makes it okay. If nobody started it, then it would be like the peer pressure of being the one person to break the rule. But if everyone's breaking the rule, then I think people feel like it's okay to do it.
But here's the problem, and I didn't write this down on our outline for today, but the problem is that the FAA doesn't do anything to these people.
Right.
What and should United be doing it? Should the ground personnel be pulling those people that have brought their rollerboards off the airplane and saying, dude, you just got yourself banned from traveling in the United States because you could have caused serious injury or death from the people behind you.
You could have caused the people behind you to die. It's serious.
If I was United, every single person that took their shit off the airplane would be banned from the airline for the rest of their lives.
Well,
and that would send a message.
Remember we did the story on, probably multiple stories you've done over the years on crew members taking their stuff, but there was video of, we did this last month or month before last, and the flight attendant was taking her stuff with her.
This is not an isolated story. It happens all the time. Yeah. I listen, Dale and I were talking about this, and he came up with a really great solution. Now, this would cost a lot of money, and the airlines would have to implement it across tens and hundreds of thousands of airplanes. But why isn't there a button that the flight attendants could press that would lock the overhead compartments?
Oh,
how about that?
Right.
Yeah. That would help at least. Of course, people would still take their backpacks that are on the floor in front of them, right? And it's one thing to take a small purse. It's another thing to grab your cell phone and your laptop out of your bag and just shove it down your pants, which is probably what I would do. I would certainly, if I knew we were landing and the plane was on fire, I would open my backpack, grab my passport, stick that in my pocket.
I
make
understand
sure I had my wallet in my pocket.
I understand the instinct to grab like your identification, or especially if you're traveling internationally, or even your phone. But I don't
definitely
understand
would have my phone. Yeah,
I don't
shove
understand
everything in my pockets.
thinking that it's okay to take your suitcase with
Guess
you.
what? You can buy new underpants, right? You can buy another pair of shoes. You can't save your life because you decided you needed your fucking suitcase. It burns me up, man.
It's selfish. It's very
selfish. Well, I've got more United news. So
Great.
Not only did United have a fire last week, but they also made a huge announcement, which I love. United says, don't wear your headphones. Listen to music and television shows out loud without headphones or earbuds. You're getting banned, and you could be pulled off the flight. So, I mean, we're just talking about this issue 2 weeks ago, and now United's this is surprising. United is the first U.S. airline to add this language to their conditions of carriage contract with passengers, stating that passengers can be removed from the flight and can be possibly banned by the airline for listening to personal devices without headphones or earbuds. And guess what? Since they implemented this just a few days ago, they've already pulled 2 people off of flights because they refused to listen to their things just for themselves.
What
How
could
hard is it?
possibly be your motivation to try to flout that rule? I don't get it.
United says if passengers get on board without headphones or earbuds, they will loan them a pair for free if they have some available. I don't know that United carries them a lot like they used to in the olden days, but because most people bring their own. But
Yeah.
I think they're usually available somewhere on that airplane. Apparently, maybe you know this because you have a kid who is constantly looking at a device, but the biggest offenders, small children looking
I
at
think it's
tablets.
probably really, really small children because older children, school-age children are used to this because they do it in school from kindergarten forward. They're used to having headphones on to listen to stuff in class. I think the little kids sometimes it's a sensory thing that they don't want anything because you can't use in-ear things for little kids because it can damage their hearing. And I think it's a sensory thing for them to have big headphones on. But I was very hyper vigilant about it because it used to annoy the crap out of me to be at a restaurant and be listening to someone else's kid watching a cartoon or something. And so I was
Inappropriate.
always very cognizant of Max not watching something without headphones on. But I mean, I get it. But yeah.
I get it too, but it's also annoying to other people.
Yeah.
In the article, Kristin, the article I read about this issue, several different flight attendants commented and said they have to scold people on every single flight. So it's happening every day on every flight. Here's an interesting fact. In the United Kingdom, you can be banned up to £1,000 for not using headphones on public transportation.
I love that.
Countrywide.
I don't know. I'm always astounded when I get on a plane and somebody is walking down the aisle to get to their seat and they're talking on their speakerphone. I'm looking at them like, who do you think you are? Like, literally, what gives you, it's like it takes balls to do that. And I just don't get it.
Yeah.
It's just people are
Anyway,
blissfully ignorant of their.
It's really too bad that we have to have
surroundings.
these rules and laws in place. It's just so silly. Just be a good person.
Be a considerate person.
Be considerate to the people around you. Exactly.
Don't be so self-centered. Well, there's no possible transition for this next topic. I have never seen this. I want to go on the record saying I got to find a restaurant that has this because I'm going to try it out because I'm a sauce person. Okay, so apparently this is not new, but it's certainly new to me and to Scott. Famous makers of ketchup and Heinz 57 and all that stuff. They have a machine that is similar to the Coca-Cola soda machines where that's Max's favorite thing in the world because you can mix every flavor combination into your drink. This is the same thing, but for sauces. I can't wait to try this. Okay, so it's called Heinz's Carefully Curated Collection of Condiments. So I guess this has been a thing
really
since.
fast.
That's right. Since 2023, Kraft Heinz introduced the world's first digitized condiment dispenser. It's called the Heinz Remix Machine. As I just said, similar to Coke's Freestyle soda machine. So it offers over 200 possible condiment combinations. So there's a touch screen and you get to pick up to two bases. And the bases are ketchup, ranch, Heinz 57 barbecue, or mayonnaise. And then you get to add either one or two enhancers such as jalapeno, smoky chipotle, buffalo, mango, garlic, bacon, etc. And then you get to choose the level of intensity if you want it like super hot jalapeno or super smoky chipotle, low, medium, or high. So far, the remix machines haven't taken over America despite Heinz's best PR efforts and positive reviews from customers. According to the Heinz Remix official website, the pilot Heinz Remix machines can be found at 5 university locations, 1 stadium, 10 QSR locations, and 3 office locations. What is a QSR?
Does Kristin know what QSR means?
I don't.
I thought you would know that. Quick service restaurants, like a fast
I beg
food
your
restaurant.
pardon.
Yeah.
Quick service locations. The only one that Scott could confirm was 3 Epic Burger locations in Chicago. I've never even heard of Epic Burger.
Okay, but come on.
I
Why
am
wouldn't
down.
every restaurant in the country want one of these?
I need one of these at the Five Guys right next to the Coke Freestyle machine. I mean, oh my gosh. Bring it on, I say.
All right, listen, I searched and searched and searched to try to figure out how much it would cost the restaurant to get one of these machines, and I could not find that information. I should have called Epic Burger in Chicago and asked them. But no, I couldn't find out how much these damn things are. They make both a freestanding one that stands on the floor and they make a countertop one.
There you go. I
that
missed
can be
that
put on a
detail.
counter too. Oh, come on. I just think this is would be
I want
so
one for my
fun,
house.
right? that would
I
be
love it.
really fun. Well, speaking of new flavor combinations, Kristin, look what I found at my grocery store.
I looked for them. I couldn't find them.
This is Pringle's Hot Ones. You know the Hot Ones hot sauce company?
Yeah, sure. And the show.
Right. The show, well, made famous, the Hot Ones, by their 10-year-old viral Taste It interview show, right? Taste Challenge on YouTube. It's one of the biggest things on YouTube. Some of you may have seen it. It's hosted by Sean Evans, and they've had amazing guests like Shaq, Paul Rudd, Jennifer Lawrence, who I love to death, Gordon Ramsay, who you know I love to death, Lisa Rinna, who you know I love to death, Will Arnett, who you know I love to death, and many, many more. And they go and they try usually chicken wings with the different
wings with increasing levels of
right
spiciness sauce.
So, since we're almost up to a commercial break, I thought it was safe to try this on air. Look, I haven't even opened it yet. The reason I bought this, Kristin, $1.47. It was on sale. I'm thinking, and they had a whole special display. So I'm thinking maybe it's not selling well, which is why it was so cheap.
Oh, probably so.
Okay. I'm already choking and I haven't even tried it. Do you think this is going to be bad for me? Do you think
I think it's going to be spicy. No?
Well, it's not intolerable. It's spicy. My mother-in-law would not eat this. She doesn't like any spice whatsoever.
My mom wouldn't eat it either.
Kristin.
Now it's kicking in.
Kristin. I don't even know if I can eat a second one.
Really? Do you have water? You need milk.
I'm not going
Is it
downstairs
really
for
that
milk.
spicy?
Mm-mm.
Well,
But guess what? It kicked in like 10 seconds. Yeah, I'm not
delayed
gonna have
reaction.
any more right now. God knows I might
So-
have the squirt.
So Max and I went to the grocery store looking for those specifically
Yeah.
yesterday, and they did
Yeah.
not have them. However,
They had
Max,
everything else.
my 8-year-old spotted these in the checkout line and said, "Mama, you need to get this and talk about it on the Swish edition." They are Dr. Pepper flavored Tic Tacs.
Get the hell out. I need one right now.
Max wanted to know if he could stay home from school today so that he could be on the show
You kidding
to tell
me?
you
How
tell
cute
you
is
about
that?
these himself.
Wait, and you didn't let him?
I did not.
Because you have
Okay,
work
ready?
to do today.
Okay, so the outside is not Dr. Peppery.
No.
Hold on.
Aren't they too hard on your teeth to crunch, aren't they? Are you crunching them?
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Pepper on the inside?
Once you crunch it,
Yeah.
totally Dr. Pepper.
So
Delicious.
has he had any yet?
He had some last night.
And he said it, but you didn't.
I did not.
So this is your first time.
Mm-hmm.
Did he like them?
He loves them.
Awesome. Well, cool. I'm sure that we've just made everyone in TV land and podcast land turn us off to watch something else. But guess what? We're here to entertain ourselves, not you.
That's right. Clearly.
And we'll be back right after this.
This, my friends, is the Swish edition. And now for something completely different.
Scott, Los Angeles is already gearing up for the 2028 Summer Olympics. Can you
Of
believe it?
course.
Mm,
It takes
I
a
mean,
long time to put it
I know.
together.
I feel like we're still talking about,
Winter.
Winter Olympics and
Yeah.
Lindsey Vonn. And aren't the Winter Paralympics still happening right now? I think they are.
So,
Yeah. Okay, well, LA's getting ready. July 14th through July 30th are the date of 2028 are the dates for the next Summer Olympics, with the Paralympic Games following shortly thereafter, August 15th to the 27th.
I have a
You can
question
now,
about that. I have a
yes.
question about that. Why did they not butt the Paralympic Games right after? Why is there a 15-day, why is there a 2-week gap
I
between the
always
two?
wondered that too, but I mean, they must just need time to turn everything over. Like the Olympic Village has to be completely turned over and reset and ready for them to,
That's
for
true.
all those athletes to show up. And
Yeah,
I mean, they can't do that on a dime, right? It's
right. But I would think
they,
that sports journalists who were covering it would then, they're going to go all the way home and then turn around and come back 2 weeks
come
later?
back. I don't
I
know.
mean, or they're not going to hang out in LA for 2 weeks between the two, are they? Or are they going home?
LA would sure love that if they did and spent all their
Sure.
money there.
There you go.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to further investigate that.
I
But
want to find out.
you can now pre-register for the chance, just the chance to buy event
Yeah.
tickets now through March 18th for drop 1 round of tickets. Pre-registers will be randomly chosen to be able to purchase the tickets. Once you register, you're automatically registered for each of the ticket drop.
So you go to California every summer on a
We
trip
do.
because your husband has a bunch of family and friends there. I'm only a 4-hour drive away from Los Angeles. We should probably put our names in this thing. I would love to go.
That would be fun.
I've never been to the Olympics. Have you?
Me either. No. That's
You
like
could
a once in a
schedule-
lifetime thing.
You could schedule your trip around the Olympics. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you don't want to be a part of all that madness.
Or maybe you stay far, far away and watch it on TV.
I did forget that I hate people. So
exactly. They've started planning everything, of course. Some of the venues have been announced, not all of them. The schedules haven't been released yet. Notably, this will be the third time that LA has hosted the games. The first time was in 1932, and then again in 1984. The budget for the 2028 games, $7.1 billion.
that's a lot of money.
$2.5 billion of that will be paid for by these sponsors: Delta Airlines, Honda, Starbucks, Google, Airbnb, Coca-Cola. The list goes on of other contributing corporations. Another interesting fact, Scott, 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris was watched by an average of 31 million people every single day.
It is huge for NBC.
Advertising
Huge.
dollars are enormous.
Yeah.
And finally, I have not had a chance to watch this, but NBC has,
Kristin.
I know, a nifty new advertisement out which features actress, singer Kate Hudson. I did not realize what a great singer she is.
Amazing.
I saw a clip of her recently on, I think, the Kelly Clarkson show, and she and Kelly were going back and forth singing songs, and it was just, a cappella off the cuff. And I
She's
thought,
amazing.
holy cow, she's very talented. But anyway, this ad is Kate Hudson singing a cover of the famous California Dreamin' song by the Mamas and the Papas. I need to check it out.
It is really, really good. And I don't know why they don't have the whole thing on somewhere. The only place I could find the whole thing was on Kate Hudson's Instagram account. So if you guys just go on Instagram and search Kate Hudson, you'll be able to see what we're talking about. We unfortunately can't play it for you because it's copyrighted.
Because we'd have to pay. Yeah.
We don't have no monies. We have monies for Pringles and Tic Tacs, though. That's a callback to a section we did earlier in the show, in case you're just joining us. Because I'm sure people join it halfway through.
I'm sure that's very common.
From the Olympics,
one
Kristin.
is listening.
That's not true. Remember all the people in Hong Kong? Why is that funny? It's not funny. There are lots of people in Hong Kong listening. I bet no one's listening from Iran this week.
Dear.
Do they even have electricity? Not that I'm making fun of war. I would not do that.
No, you certainly are not.
Kristin, let me do this. From the Olympics to Sex in the City. Would you like to own a piece of the iconic show? I sure would. Or better yet, a piece of the iconic show's reboot series from the HBO Max. It was called And Just Like That. ...
Uh-huh.
So Julian's Auctions has announced they're doing an auction. They're going to auction off outfits and props from the reboot series. And it's going to all benefit all of the money. It's been donated by HBO or Sarah, I don't know who, but it's going to benefit an organization called You Gotta Believe, Adopting Older Kids and Youth. And I know you support adoption organizations, so
of course.
This is a good thing. Older kids are obviously, as many of you know, much harder to place with families. So you gotta support an organization like that, and that's what this 100%. Is going to do. Yeah. So if you guys are huge fans of the show, you can pre-register now. The auction takes place the entire month of April. Well, it starts April 2nd through the 30th. You can get things like Miranda Hobbs' burgundy jumpsuit, Lisa Todd Wexler's tennis dress, Carrie Bradshaw's Love and Lost book mock-up prop, and even this, my favorite, a Hot Fellas branded bags and cups. Kristin probably has no idea what I'm talking about. She's probably never heard of any of these people. You know who some Carrie Bradshaw is.
Of course.
Did you ever watch the original series?
Sex in the City?
Yeah.
Of course I did. Of course. And I watched most of the first season, I think, of Just Like That. That was the one that ended with Big's demise, right? I think I watched that season.
And it was the very, very first episode of the first season.
What was? Maybe I only watched the first episode then. I don't know.
Anyway, if you're a Sex and the City fan, maybe you'll want to check out the auction and help older kids get adopted.
It's a good cause. Well, so from Sex and the City to the younger generation. Scott doesn't want me to say Gen Z because he feels they're much maligned, but the younger folks are not liking. They're not liking the trailer for the new Scary Movie 6. So the first trailer for that movie, which stars Marlon Wayans, Shawn Wayans, Anna Faris, Regina Hall, Chris Elliott, etc., dropped earlier this month on March the 2nd. Of course, the Scary Movie parody franchise started way back in 2000. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
And has grossed over $900 million to date, making fun of horror movies like Scream, War of the Worlds, and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
I had no idea until I started researching this that it was that profitable. Yeah.
Hard to imagine. The last movie dropped 11 years ago. Number 6 premieres on June the 12th. But there's a moment in the trailer, Scott, that seems to be hitting a sore spot. So their version of the Ghostface killer, which is different, right, but similar,
Slightly.
stabs a woman on the subway, and another woman yells out, "Oh my God, he stabbed her!" The victim then turns to the woman and says, not her. My pronouns are they, them. He stabbed them. So people are not happy about this. But I mean, this is Wayans brothers' typical humor. And as you've pointed out in the notes here, like, have you seen White Chicks?
Right.
But that, of course, was also way back in 2004, and the world has changed since.
Okay, I get that, the pronoun joke is a little lowbrow and dated because people are backing away from that a lot lately. But you know what? That's what the Wayans brothers do. It's completely lowbrow, silly. Let's offend everyone. That's what they do.
That's what they're trying to do.
And you mentioned White Chicks, Kristin. It's It's one of my favorites, and I've seen it probably a dozen times. I mean, you've seen Terry Crews in that, right? Singing and shaking his head to Vanessa Carlton's 1,000 Miles. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. It's just the best. It's just the best scene in the entire movie.
Never saw it. But
What
so
part?
yeah,
Excuse
no,
me.
no,
Stop.
we're not going to make a big deal about it. It's
You haven't
just not
seen
my
White Chicks?
brand of humor. No, thank you. But I get what people are saying online. Like, you can't make movies like this anymore. You just can't do this. And another person said, seriously, your very first joke is a transphobia joke? Like, for real? And then one who was on the fence, one quote, I'm cautiously excited for this. Anna Faris and Regina Hall reuniting is great, but I hope this style of movie still translates to the modern audience. I'm
It
not
will.
so sure.
It
I'm not
will.
so sure.
There's tons of people that are looking forward to it, and I bet it'll do really well. And actually, Kristin, Marlon Wayans just recently said that if Scary Movie 6 does well, it might mean good things for White Chicks too.
Well, let's all rejoice.
Speaking of this, Kristin, I finally saw Scream 7 on Monday morning. Dale and I went to the South Point. There's a Cinemark cinema there. And I loved it. It wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be, but it's also, Scream 7 has made more money than any of the other Screams before.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's doing really, really well. And I did not see the twist coming at the end. I didn't
Don't
see.
stop talking. I'm definitely going to see it. And without having seen the latest one, I still hang my hat on the first one was the best one. But
oh, absolutely, the first one was the best one. Absolutely. And wait, you didn't see number 6?
No.
The one that took place in New York City?
No.
I would see that before you see 7 because it's referenced a lot.
Oh, okay.
No, but it's referenced a lot. Anyway, I enjoyed it, and I will enjoy Scary Movie 6. Will I go to the movie theater to see it?
Probably not.
I'll wait for it to come to my TV. Before we wrap up, Kristin, I got a few Las Vegas things to talk about. I think we did talk about last week that Metallica was going to be doing a residency at the Sphere.
Mm-hmm.
Just since the last time we talked about them, they've now added so many dates. They've got 24 dates on the schedule now, all the way through to spring 2027. They're killing it. And Ticketmaster actually crashed multiple times when people were trying to buy tickets for this thing. So the demand is really there, just like it is for Backstreet Boys, because the Backstreet Boys keep adding and adding and adding, and good for them too, right? Anyway, also big announcement. After 25 years, I cannot believe it's been that long. After 25 years at the MGM Grand here in Vegas, David Copperfield is finally hanging up his magic wand. Copperfield's name and photos are being ripped down from the side of the building as we speak.
Dear.
Now, you may know that David Copperfield was mentioned multiple times, and also there are pictures of him in Epstein files.
Ugh.
But nobody at MGM or in Copperfield's camp will confirm that that is why.
Of course not.
He's leaving MGM. Because it's not like they're just fired him yesterday and told him not to come back. Clean out your locker, David Copperfield. Take your top hat with you. They didn't do that. What they did is they're letting him do 120 more shows, and his last show will be on April 30th. So he's got 8 more weeks of shows. He's doing 120 shows in 8 weeks. That's a lot of shows. Anyway, I don't think this is so sad, though. The guy, I don't know if you know this, David Copperfield is a billionaire. His net worth is over $1 billion.
I didn't know that. I also didn't know any of this stuff about him. But if he was abusing children, then I wish the worst upon him in every way. So
we don't know. It's all allegations. Obviously, he's never been convicted of anything. He was also he has had several sexual harassment suits in his career, but nothing ever came of it. He was never never taken to trial. He was never arrested.
Because he paid off the people, presumably. Well, unfortunately, where there's smoke, there's fire, I would say. So,
Yeah, we don't know. Anyway, David Copperfield, owns an infamous island in the Bahamas. He has actually a chain of 11 islands called Musha Cay in the Bahamas. I think he's going to be fine. He's got plenty of money. He'll be fine. So don't feel sorry for David Copperfield. Also, I'm very excited about this, and longtime listeners of the show will know the name Sherry Vine. She is one of the most famous drag performers, not only in the United States, but in the world. She is doing an entire European tour this summer. She does cruise ships. She performs all over the country. She's doing her first solo show here in Las Vegas this coming Saturday night.
Oh,
And
exciting. And you're damn
Dale and
straight going to
Scott-
be there.
Dale and Scott have VIP tickets, so we're going to be there. We're very excited to see Sherry. It's been several years since we've seen her, so we're excited for that. And she's been on the show multiple times, so excited about that. And also, Kristin, are you excited? This Sunday night is the Oscars.
Is it?
Will you be watching?
No.
Do you give a
probably
shit?
Not really. I really don't.
I don't really give a shit either. Well, guess why? I haven't seen one of the nominated movies.
Do you even know what was nominated? I couldn't even tell you one.
Hamnet, Sinners. I think Sinners is supposed to go with many of the awards. The Ping Pong movie with Timothée Chalamet. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. But I haven't seen any of those. I would like to. I wish they would do the lowbrow Oscars. My favorite movies of all time would be part of that. Scary movie,
the awards
Scream.
for B movies. Yeah.
It's not necessarily B, but the ones that don't get awarded with awards. Right.
Non-serious ones. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. You have to go. I have to go. And we're excited though to talk to you again next week.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
If it's Wednesday, it's the Swish edition. All over the world, even in Hong Kong.
Gosh.
Bye,
Okay,
Kristin.
bye.
The Swish Edition is a production of Bethwick Media, LLC. Learn more about the show at swishedition.com. And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review on your favorite podcast app or site. But only if you like us.
And that's a wrap.
Was it really that hot?
I mean, I'm still alive.
You looked alarmed.